Welcome back to the Blue Door Pub Thunderdome for another Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast show about everything and nothing 5 days a week. Coming at you. Happy Monday. You are out there. We are in here and talking about some very interesting things. Sitting shotgun is Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nickason. Hey, how's it going?
Going all right. How you doing today?
Do you remember the show Red Green?
No.
You don't remember Red Green?
The show Red Green? No.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll have to work on that. Tell a friend, spread the word. Yeah, I know, that was a very riveting intro. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, bullshow.co, and also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/bullshow. Need your thumbs over there. Today, welcoming in, and a little schadenfreude, a little taking a perverse pleasure, possibly, in the failure of others. And that is a very common thing that us Minnesota sports fans have. We can't have nice things, as the Wolves are young but still continue to suck. The Gophers can't catch a break for the life of them, even though we got PJ Fleck now. The Wild seem to suck at all the wrong times. The Vikings are the Vikings, and the Twins are. So we do take pleasure in watching our more successful across the river brethren fail. Like the Packers. Oh, Packers, Badgers mainly. We don't really have too much beef with the Brewers or the Bucks.
Yeah, which is so weird. I mean, I
or
feel
their
like
WNBA team.
I think it's interesting that we don't have beef with the other teams. Really, it's just probably because the Packers have done so well.
I think it has to do with divisional too, because the Bucks are in the Eastern Conference, the Wolves are in the Western, and then MLB, and they're in different leagues. But with the Badgers and the Gophers, they're all up in that in the Big Ten, and I think they're in the same division, aren't they? Pretty sure. And then with the Packers, the Vikings, obviously.
To me, it's mostly just football. You know, it's just the hardest thing to deal with, especially in these later years when the Green Bay Packers have been so dominant in our division for the longest time. I am looking forward to the Vikings improving and getting much better this year.
Well, it does expand past football and into basketball. Florida made the Elite Eight. Did not? Wait, no. They made the Sweet 16. They did not make the Elite Eight because Florida had something to say on Friday.
Playing the safety position. He just closed.
Desperation shot down 2 in overtime. Now, resetting the stage, I should have done this beforehand. Wisconsin's up 83-81 over Florida in overtime, Madison Square Garden, NCAA East Regional Semifinals. And Wisconsin had just made a big shot at the end of regulation. The kid did the discount double check right in front of Aaron Rodgers, who was at the game. Cool. And, Wisconsin up 2, and Florida's trying to inbound the ball, get a desperation shot off, tried to tie the game, go another overtime. And this little kid just makes a running heave from the three-point line, like a shot that you would do in your driveway, and it's pretty amazing. Dribbling length of the court, gets a shot off a runner. It was beautiful.
Three-pointer is confirmed. Game over.
Damn right, game over.
Three-pointers are so hard to hit, standing still with no one around. He's running, and you can see that shot clock cutting down to .00, and he just throws it out there.
And Minnesota Twitter was very adamant and very excited about the Badgers losing. And, I sort of understand that it's not so much the team. It's not so much I hate the Badgers as a team or the Packers as a team. I actually really respect the Packers team and the organization. It's the fans. It's the Packers fans. It's the Badgers fans. There's a lot of overlap in the Venn diagram, and they are just the biggest drunken asinine buffoons ever conceived on this planet.
I never heard anyone complain about fans as much as you.
Fans make the sport. I mean, if there weren't fans, they're just a bunch of jabronis in tight pants running around.
In tight pants?
Yeah.
That was an incredible shot, though, and these are young kids. I mean, I'm trying to take a step back and think about how heartbreaking it is for one side, but then this other one, like this kid, I have no idea what his name is. I don't think I'll ever learn it. If he's even NBA quality, I have no idea just because I don't follow the college basketball area around. But I mean, this, I bet he's getting lucky. I bet he got lucky that night. I bet a bunch of girls went and jumped his bones.
I don't know. In Florida?
Yes, definitely in Florida, yes.
All right, so I'm looking it up because one of the things that sticks out about Packer fans is that they always bring up the past. It's like, the Vikings have never won a Super Bowl. The Packers won so many Super Bowls. We won the first two and blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Wisconsin has had success recently in college football. The Gophers, not so much. Hopefully P.J. Fleck will turn things around. But you'll notice, if you look back to the past, Wisconsin Badgers, only 3 national titles. 1906, 1928, 1942. That's in the past.
Wow.
Minnesota Golden Gophers, 7 siete national titles. Most recent one in 1960. So soccer. So you got to be. You can't pick and choose. You can't be hypocritical there, Wisconsin/Packer fans. So if you're going to talk about the glorious past, you have to bring up the Gophers' glorious past as well. Even though they claimed a national title in 1960, coach was Murray Warmath, the legendary Murray Warmath. Even though they went 8-2, they lost the Rose Bowl. They still claimed the national title.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like that scene from Big Daddy when the kid is playing cards with Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider's like, may as well just look up the clip. But yeah, here's the Packers film there, which is also lovely.
Final play is a Wilson lob to the end zone, which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it?
That was an interception.
Goes up, touchdown. The other said no time. How does MD
Oh, is that the replacement ref season?
Yeah, that was the last replacement ref game.
Call on the field stands. Touchdown. Win in the most bizarre finish.
And then, of course, you also got the Seahawks Packers NFC title game where the Packers just collapsed. And then it was also fun watching the Packers get their ass kicked by the Falcons in the playoffs last year. Here's the Big Daddy clip.
What are your cards? I got a 6, a 5, a jack, a 4, and a 8. I win.
What do you mean you win? I had a hand just like that before. I didn't win.
Because I win.
This is bullshit. All right, take it easy, man. Every time it's different cards, he still wins. So what? Relax.
And see, that's what it is with Wisconsin fans. That they always think that they win, except they do not. Because they do not apply logic and reason to their arguments. They'll get torn up in a court of law. I'm surprised that they were able to convict Stephen Avery.
So we're pretty much calling Packer fans kids.
Packer fans are like drunk fat children.
Oh,
So 9-year-olds in Wisconsin. It's still amazing to me. Like, I'm obviously not a Puritan or a prude, and I enjoy a beverage or two. But having it be a state law where your child can come into the bar and drink with you as long as you're with them, that seems a little weird. That seems a little 1800s-ish.
1800s.
Yeah. And the only reason that the kid was able to drink with you back then is because his life expectancy was like 26. He's going to the mill. He's like, oh, yeah, he's got to get some life into living before he dies because he's 12 already.
I assume you're going to take that to, like, there were no babysitters or something, but that's...
Babysitters at the bar, too. It's all inclusive. I do think it's cool. Like, if you ever drive through rural Wisconsin, first off, my apologies. And, I've always held that everything that is more than 5 miles away from I-90 or I-94 in Wisconsin is Alabama with snow.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
I've driven through there.
Because there's only 3 real spots in Wisconsin. Madison, Milwaukee. I'll throw La Crosse in there. La Crosse is a great town, too. And Wisconsin Dells. That's it. You can ignore the rest. We could sell the rest to Canada and no one would notice or care.
I was going to say something about Hudson, but
Yeah.
the Twin Cities, you could almost lump Hudson up with the Twin Cities. Like it's almost Minnesota based anyway.
Well, with Sunday sales, Hudson's going to be a ghost town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll put Superior in there, but Superior is basically Duluth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you take all your good pictures of Duluth when you're in Superior. You take that over the lake picture scene.
Yeah, and that's all. You can basically just saw off the rest of it, like Bugs Bunny when he sawed off Florida and just like float away.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play a game, America's hottest new game called Wisconsin or Russia here in 2 seconds. But from the top, the red green thing. I'm surprised you didn't know what red green was.
I just Wikipedia'd it, and I'm kind of surprised I don't know this either. Well, I'm not surprised. An old PBS show from '91 to up to as late as 2006.
Yeah, but you're an aficionado of Canadian comedy. Like you like Kids in the Hall, you like SCTV, you like Strange Brew.
I never said I liked any of them. I know of them. Red Green, I don't know.
Seems no matter how much planning you do or how safety conscious you are, something
It's always
always
about
goes
duct tape
wrong.
too.
I had this fishing boat mounted on top of my car there, and she was solid. I had put a roll and a half of duct tape into the job, so I'm driving along, and up comes the wind, bam, she's out of there. It's not my fault. I didn't actually aim the boat at that hitchhiker. It was an accident. You should have heard the string of obscenities. As far as I'm concerned, a woman that age shouldn't be hitchhiking in the first place. But I'm thinking this whole roof rack concept needs a little bit of re-engineering, eh? Wouldn't it be a lot safer and more aerodynamic if you could put stuff under the car instead of over it? But as the fat guy said to the phone booth, we need a little more clearance.
What did he say? That guy
All right,
said
the next step's real easy. What you need is 4 of these great big tractor tires. Not that hard to come by. There's abandoned tractors all over this country, thanks to the government trade policies, and people prefer to eat food made from vinyl. Okay, Lee, I got a bit of a challenge here. The tractor wheel is not actually made to mount right onto
This is like a
car.
running gag the entire
I got the
time.
rim off, took the
He
tire
made a
off, and the rim
Hummer
won't fit
out
on
of
there.
two
I don't want the rim on there.
Geo
I want-
Metros by
I
duct
want the
taping them
tractor
together.
wheel on there. So what I need to do is to mount the tractor wheel onto the rim with some kind of an adapter. Now, if you call up your local auto supply and tell them you're looking for an adapter to put tractor wheels onto a 1990 Honda, well, there's going to be some laughter, probably a visit from the cops, maybe a psychiatric nurse. So instead, might I recommend the handyman secret adapter, duct tape.
See?
Starting to get the idea now, aren't you? Now, all I have to do is slide the boat underneath there, and I'll be able to carry it safely and easily to my predetermined destination. It's not a tractor trailer, it's a tractor and a trailer. And it's just that simple. So remember, women don't find you handsome. They should at least find you handy. Oh, I almost forgot. There's another bonus to this unit. I've actually added paddles to the drive wheels on her. So it's not just a boat carrier, it's an amphibious car.
I was going to the water with the whole thing. This was like the entire show.
It's making fun of like rednecky Canadians. It's that was actually pretty clever.
He's like Jeff Foxworthy, Canadian's Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good analogy. I mean, it's great. Surprised I don't. It looks like a CBC television, PBS aired it. So I mean, there might have been a chance I could have seen it at one point, but I don't think it was on. It was kind of available on. I don't think Comedy Central. I believe.
Nah, no, this is a PBS thing. But RIP PBS because your funding's going away. And yeah, they never mentioned that PBS is funded by the government. There's like, oh, it's made possible by viewers like you. We need your donations now.
They really need their donations now.
Yeah, but that's okay. Something else I need is Wisconsin or Russia.
Now it's time to play.
Well, a Wisconsin couple in court today on charges that they were so drunk that they allowed their 9-year-old child to drive their truck.
I mean, that guy's going to be Brett Favre.
He does. He does.
Wisconsin or Russia?
So the game is very simple. We have 4 headlines plucked by producer Ali Jerome Sorensen, and Nick and I will take turns of going first and guessing if it's Wisconsin or Russia. And you should play along at home as well, and then we'll see how we do. Nick, are you prepared?
I'm pretty ready. I think so.
All right, so here's what we'll do. I'll read the headline. I'll let you go first. I will go second. And since there's an advantage of going second, and then we'll just alternate until we're through the 4 headlines. Savvy?
I will close my laptop so I'm not cheating.
Well,
Prove that I'm not cheating.
you can keep watching anime, porn.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Be truthful. Have you ever watched anime porn?
Yes, I've seen it.
I love they were like, well, there's this one time that I was stumbling to an Arby's and some guy had it up and I couldn't not look. I mean, it's there.
I've seen everything. I've seen it all.
Patients complained of seeing a strange man wandering hospital halls day and night. When investigators questioned the man, they found he had been living in a hospital closet. So, Nick, I ask you, Wisconsin, Zatvadanya, or Russia?
What?
Wisconsinites are all seals.
I was trying to know what that impression was. God, that's a tricky one. I kind of want to go Russia on this one. I feel like they have fancier, nicer hospitals. I don't know if I want to be stuck in a Wisconsin hospital. I'll go Russia.
I'm gonna go Wisconsin on this one. And the verdict is Wisconsin. Suck it.
Wow.
Suck it. So Andy is up 1-0 on Nick. I go first on this one. Before a gathering to talk about dilapidated homes, crumbling homes recovered with a backdrop of elegantly restored homes. This was done while residents were living there, sealing the windows. Before gather. All right, so they made up fake facades and veneers of a house. That's got to be Russia, right? I'm going to say Russia.
I feel like that was a plot line to Arrested Development episode 2. I'll go local. I'm going to say Wisconsin.
And the verdict is Russia.
So
we both... Wait, I got that one right. Suck it. 2-0. Unconquerable lead. Insurmountable, as it were. It's okay. It's okay, Nick. Does it feel bad to know that you can't win halfway through the game?
Wait, how many questions are there?
4.
Oh, I could tie and make a comeback.
Number 3,
tie.
Headline. A 16-year-old boy tries to impress his girlfriend and ends up falling 23 stories onto a parked car and survives. So, Nick, you're up first.
Wisconsin.
Now, from a game theory point of view, I should say Wisconsin and be a dick here, because either way, that seals up the victory for me. Except, I'm going for the gusto. I'm playing to win, baby. Yes, game theory would be playing to win, but you know what I mean. I think this is Russia.
Wait. How tall was the building?
23 stories.
I
don't think there's a 23 building.
That's what I know. I
building
almost want to change it right now. Is it too late to change it?
I will allow you to change it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a... I'm trying to think. Milwaukee might have a building that tall. Yeah, okay. I'll go Russia.
All right, so we both go Russia. Verdict is Russia. That's a good switch.
Yeah,
You still lose, by the way.
I'll tie. Oh no, never mind. You're right. I did lose. You know what? It's about participating.
That's true.
I get a participation trophy, don't I?
Last but not least, a 24-year-old was cited for reckless speeding. When the officer pulled him over, he said he was speeding because he had to go number 2.
It's you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say Wisconsin.
I want to say both. I mean, I feel like that's a situation. I've been in a situation where I was maybe going a little fast because I had to go and do my business a little bit early, I feel like it would be recorded in Wisconsin, though.
Verdict is... Wait, what did I say?
You said Wisconsin.
Okay, we both said Wisconsin. Verdict is Wisconsin. Hey. So, Nick, you came up with a respectable 2 points. Hey.
Yay.
But, of course, Andy takes it down with 4. Yeah.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain.
I am indeed the captain now. It's okay, Nick. It's good times.
It's okay.
I like that little run through. Oh, we have an outro for this too.
In Soviet Russia, car drives you.
I've discovered that you people apparently have some sort of federal grant for drinking.
Federal grant for drinking.
Nick, have you ever gone to Wisconsin and not been drunk?
Yes, I have. I do have family. My brother was living in Wisconsin for a number of years after college, so I did go to Madison to visit him.
I do respect their dedication to drinking and partying. I do respect. Also, they're good. All right, so here's a couple things I admire about Wisconsin: beer. Leinenkugel is great. Sausages, they get that right. Brats, sausages. It's a German heritage, trickle down, blah blah blah. Culver's. Culver's is very underrated in the casual fast food department.
I think what the problem with Culver's is that I think people expect it to be a little bit faster, but it's almost in that borderline of like kind of how Five Guys and like that slow kind of casual food like Smash Burger, where it does take a while. Because Culver's, because they make it fresh there, so it's not like McDonald's or Burger King where they have like a freaking tray thing like, oh, here's your Whopper, it's already pre-made, you just have to stack it. So Culver's, I think, get some shade being slower, but they do have a fantastic burger. Their butter burgers are great.
It's weird. Everyone talks about In-N-Out, especially West Coast people, being the holy grail. And don't get me wrong, In-N-Out is delicious, but Culver's, since it's such a regional place, what are you doing?
I'm replacing your head with a quarter for my.
And I squish it like a grape. Yeah, since it's regional, if like West Coast people, people who always sing the praises of In-N-Out, tried some Culver's, have a couple converts in there. Yeah, and Quick Trip.
We have Quick Trip here in Minnesota, though.
Yeah, except it's headquartered in Wisconsin.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah, it's headquartered in La Crosse.
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, I love Quick Trip. Probably the finest gas station around.
Yeah, it's great because when you're now this always frustrates me, but I understand when you're downtown in St. Paul or Minneapolis, if you have to pee at a gas station, you have to ask the attendant for the key most of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the key is attached to like a baseball bat or a croquet mallet, just because, we have a problem with so many people running off with the key, so we have to attach it to something big, even though, hey, if they steal it now, they'll have a baseball bat or croquet mallet. Cool. And also you have to buy something, and to use the bathroom, you can't just be just wander and saunter and use the bathroom. And also the credit card minimum is $5. So you have to buy something that's $5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You get that on my store. You get out. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there are a lot of good Twin City gas stations. A lot of ones I do like certain ones like they're like holidays. There are good essays. There are good, but I mean it's scattered though, and I've never been to a bad. I think the thing to say is I've never been to a bad Quick Trip.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with Quick Trip is that they have very nice bathrooms and you can use them whenever. You can take a dump whenever you want, and that's probably what that guy was speeding off to go do. Take a dump at a Quick Trip.
I feel like he's the kind of guy who goes to like SA or something.
Nah. And also, just can you harp on like the inner city, Twin Cities gas stations, that they're all like brands that you didn't even think existed, or like there's a Gulf. I've seen a Shoals. I've seen like the old BP. There's a Mobile one downtown, and it's like
yeah.
These all used to be brands, or they're ones I've never even heard of. Like in a movie, if you need to come up with a fake company to be a gas station, this would be it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's all either that or essays or holidays.
Yeah, I think those are the two biggest ones. BP, I could say in the Twin Cities, is kind of come and go, but there's a lot of there are a lot of those like. I feel like those other ones, I say the non-Quick Trip ones, where they've taken over different gas stations, or like they've cycled through different ownerships, and some are the brands, or some are. But there's quite a few like knockoff ones, and don't get me wrong, I do like a number of them, but Quick Trip is such a it's like like a really nice super Target or something, you know.
Marathon, Metro Petrol, Winter Gas, Tesoro. The hell is this crap?
A lot of independent gas stations.
It's like they haven't accepted their overlords yet. Riverside Fina. Wait, no, that's auto repair shop. Never mind.
Yeah, and he's looking at a map of, I guess, generic gas stations in the Twin Cities. Yeah, there's a good number of Super Americas.
Bobby and Steve's Auto World. I do not trust these people. No. But yeah, Quick Trips, once they start making inroads into the Twin Cities, it's going to be phenomenal. Because that is one of the reasons why I do like the suburbs. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I live in the cities. I commute down to the ghettos of the far suburbs where
Living
Andy lives.
in the ghetto.
And there are no Quick Trips in like St. Paul or Minneapolis that I know of as of the time we're recording this. I work in the suburbs. I work in Plymouth. There is a Quick Trip. I come visit my buddy Andy in the southern suburbs. Quick Trips.
Oh, also, what happened with your car accident or your near-death experience?
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll do this quick story. I've been feeling under the weather over the weekend, so I barely leave my house because death feels so much better when you're in bed.
Also, no one wants to hang out with you except for me and Megan.
Yeah, I only have 2 friends.
Who's also a big Bad Packers fan and like the bane of my existence. Sorry, God.
Anyway, I love to drive. That's my big thing. I love driving. It's my thing I like to do. And
Nick only drives 45.
I drive the speed limit. And another day we'll talk about my argument with speed limits and everything. But I had a near death. I won't say near death, but it's one of those incidences when you're driving and you see that you could have been in a really bad accident, and just it's slow motion. And I'm not saying that I'm a perfect driver, but I was driving on the freeway, going the right speed, staying within my lane, and one of the biggest problems with accidents is people who don't know how to merge correctly or who try to move their car first before actually looking. And in my side view mirror, looking in my back, my driver's side, there's a car on my left, and it is trying to get in my lane. Well, I'm still there. I'm still.
Nick, pause on that. That's going to be a tease. We're going to be right back with more with Andy Carlson, and you'll get the payoff to the next story. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Purple for the Win podcast with Andy Carlson. Come to you all off season long, covering free agency, the draft, OTAs, and then we're on to training camp. Get the show on 1500 ESPN, Podcast One, and the Podcast One app. And coming back into the Blue Door Pub Thunderdome, baby. And hey, if you got an event coming up and you got weddings, it's going to be wedding season, it's going to be graduation season. Get some Blue Door catering. Parties of 12 up to a gazillion, which is a lot of people. They do it all. You can have a Bluesy bar, you can have mini Bluesies, you can have tachos, you can have wings, you can do apps like their Spam Bites and Latin Kisses. You can do everything. You can do a lot more. TheBDP.com/catering for all of that info. Get on up with Blue Door. So, Nick, we had a cliffhanger. And pulling back the curtain, I'd take a dump. I wonder how radio people, if they, maybe they had ribs for lunch. And they're doing the afternoon show. And they're coming back for a segment. And they got a guest in here. Maybe it's like a high-profile guest who's got a heart out, and they got 15 minutes for one segment, and then all of a sudden, so we're introducing here person X, Y, and Z, and then all of a sudden, I wonder what they do.
I mean, you're at a point where you kind of concentrate and you focus on. I think a lot of them prepare for this type of things where they get all that. They take care of their business beforehand or after. Or I did always wonder with DJs.
Yeah.
There's a number of songs that are most songs are just Stanley 3-4 minute songs. Every once in a while, there's that 8 or 10 minute song, and you're like, that's where the user breaks.
Man, he's playing Stairway 3 times this hour. He must have had chili for lunch.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Nick, the payoff of your story, the car accident, the near car accident.
The near car accident, and that's how it ends there. So I was on 35. Let me set the story up. I should be a better storyteller.
Reset up.
All right, I'm driving north on 35W, and so if you guys know in the Twin Cities, hi-yo, 35W.
You are one pathetic loser.
We are. What was that for?
I don't know.
Anyway, I see a car on my left, and who's kind of swaying back and forth within their lane. I'm slowly passing them, going 55, 60 miles an hour. And I'm watching this car because I'm thinking this person's trying to get into my lane. And I'm about, my car length about halfway past the front of this guy's car.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm almost a full car length ahead of them. But then I see them slowly turning into my lane, like easily going to be able to collide into the rear part of my left side of my car. And I'm like...
Of your brand new Hyundai.
Of my slightly used Hyundai. And I'm at a point where I don't know if you use your horn to... can you honk at someone who's behind you trying to be a dumbass? I don't think you
tough.
can. I don't think you can. And luckily, this person got the other ways that, there's a car right there, and he was about to hit him. He was about to hit me, and he swerved back in his lane and waited for me to completely go past him for him to come to my lane. But I'm seeing this.
Look at me with a brand new Hyundai.
I love that. I'm seeing this all in my side view mirror. So if you're a driver, your left side mirror is your baby. That's how you view things that are near the rear end of your...
So you just got past this guy who was swerving, and then all of a sudden you see him possibly swerve into your back end.
Yes,
yeah.
and I'm watching it completely well.
Nick, that could have got you a brand new Hyundai.
I like my Hyundai. I don't want to get rid of it yet. There's only 200-something thousand miles on it.
Well, how many car accidents have you actually been in?
I've been in 2.
All right. Well, one, does the semi running over your car, does that count as one?
No, that's not count.
All right. Well, tell me about the 2.
First one, I was 16. It was slippery out, and I got in a car accident outside of my high school. So that's.
Wait, were you doing donuts? Were you trying to impress Kenzie Bennerton? Kenzie Bennerton's the hottest girl at the school, except her dad will never go for me unless I can pull off this donut in my Oldsmobile.
I was driving a Blazer, and...
it's the last day of school. This is your last chance, Nick. I don't know why all your friends are from the 80s.
All my friends are from the 80s, by the way. No, it was winter, so ice was slippery. The car in front of me stopped a lot quicker than... Like went to a complete stop right away, and I was just passing a green light, and I did not stop fast enough, and I slid and hit that car, and then a car hit me because I stopped quick, and it was a little chain reaction, a 3-car chain reaction, and I was in the middle. My vehicle was able to drive away. The other 2 were not.
Oh, you're the most at fault, but you had the least damage on your car.
Yes.
Dick. What about the other one?
The other one was in my college years. I was in my Oldsmobile when I T-boned a Chevy Blazer. That was completely my...
That was during college?
That was my sophomore year.
Oh, I do not... I have zero recollection of that.
Me and Andy weren't good friends at college.
What are you talking about? Sophomore year,
I know.
We're tight?
That's why I'm kind of shocked you don't remember that one.
Did you get some insurance money out of it?
It was my fault. No, I paid the guy off. I'm like, okay, you have a junker car, I have a junker car. It was $500. Let's
wait.
Let's
you got a T-boning guy for $500. Who are you, Vito Corleone? Well, I can assure you one thing: that either your brains or your signature will be on this paper.
I was on my way to school, and I am a godfather. If you do not remember.
Oh yeah, who's kid?
Yours.
Oh, just mine?
Just yours.
Wait, you're not multiple godfather? You're godfather to like your own like nieces and nephews?
Nope.
Seems a little odd.
We'll talk about that in the next episode.
More on Nick's family tree after the news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Ain't got time to bleed.
You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
Quattro Newso Storizo. Nick, what's numero uno?
We don't like talking politics on this podcast,
Yeah,
but we kind of. I don't. But obviously, the biggest news story of upcoming last week from last Friday, the new American Affordable Care Act has collapsed. Republicans have shelved their plans to repeal Obamacare. They could not come to a decision. They couldn't get enough votes, and they kind of pulled their trump card, if I may say.
Now, a lot of Democrats and people on the left are celebrating this as like, oh, Trump, this is a failure, even though this is more or less Paul Ryan's deal. Like, this is pretty embarrassing for him, but also I think it's good for the Republicans that they didn't, even with a Republican-controlled House and Senate, that they didn't go along with this, because this is basically just Obamacare light. Like, their entire thing was to either just repeal it and then put it back in piecemeal, or have an actual good plan. But they're basically just, what Paul Ryan did is he took Obamacare and then he took it down to Kinko's, and he made a couple Xeroxes, right? And then he like crossed a few things out and changed a couple. But it's pretty much the exact same thing. They're just rolling it out differently so that the Republicans get credit for it. They called BS on it, and I actually kind of respect that they didn't go for it.
I mean, wasn't there a lot of news stories saying that this was leaned towards being more positive changes to help, I guess, the richer Americans, younger, richer, healthier Americans, versus on I don't know. I feel like the news stories cover that this new program was gonna kind of screw over the poor, screw over the elderly, was kind of the thing I kind of got out of it.
Well, the main thing about health insurance and what Obamacare tried to do is that they penalized young, healthy people for not carrying health insurance. Now, what that does is that if you have more young, healthy people who generally don't make a lot of insurance claims, are healthier, and are lower risk, that lowers premiums for older people or people with pre-existing conditions that are obviously going to be higher in the insurance pool. So you try and get some young and healthy people in there to dilute the pool a little bit and make things a little bit cheaper for everyone. So that is a good notion, but forcing young people to buy insurance that maybe they can't afford or maybe they don't want, and then finding them in place of if they don't have health care, it seems a little ham-fisted. Like, I'm always about the government getting out of business. Like, health care would be a lot better. It would be cheaper premiums, better deductibles, better product overall if the government got completely out of it. And everyone talks about, oh, what about Canada? What about the UK? What about Cuba? I was like, yeah, cool. They have universal health care, but also Canada's being run to the ground. Same thing with the UK. That was a big part of the Brexit thing. But the government just needs to stay out of it. Let the open market handle things. And also make these stupid insurance companies compete. Because it's hard to get Blue Cross Blue Shield in Arizona. But have them compete nationally, not just regionally or not just state by state, go across state lines. That's the big thing with me. And imagine if car insurance was a regional or state by state thing. Car insurance would be so damn expensive.
That's crazy. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, but it's essentially the same thing. It's a commodity. You're insuring a commodity, except it's with a car. It's your body. And I understand that it's more. That's what gets political about it. That's what gets people really emotional about it. Because, yeah, it is your health of yourself, your loved ones, blah, blah, blah. But if we treated it just like any other form of insurance, whether it be life insurance or auto insurance, home insurance, it would be great. Because imagine a health insurance version of State Farm up against Allstate with Dennis Haysbert. You're in good hands with Allstate. Yeah, I better be. Those hands better heal me, son. Or the General. You remember those commercials of that cheap-ass car insurance?
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Let's get that version of health insurance. Let's do it. Open things up. The market will take care of itself.
I remember clicking on that website just because I was curious back in my college days or even post-college days, I think right after I graduated college.
What, the General?
Yeah, and I clicked on it, and it took me to It took me to fucking Geico.
Oh yeah, it's like cheap as Geico.
I mean, but it literally took me to Geico. It wasn't even its own insurance. It type where you lived, and I think it might have been my Rochester days. I think I went to I think it took me to an actual. It just brought me to one of the other major ones I've seen all the time.
The General's online site is really quick and easy to use.
See?
My payments were cheaper. I didn't even have to give my personal information to get a quote.
Wow.
Find out if the General
That's
can
fake.
save you money on car insurance. Our rates, down payment, and monthly payments are low, and the General's customer satisfaction rating is 97%.
Get an anonymous online quote now.
5-star General that looks like Yosemite Sam.
Go to the General and save some time.
So if you had that with healthcare, it's going to be bare bones. It's going to be like the minimum, just like the General is going to be basically just liability, and that's fine. Once also these insurance companies are making billions of dollars by wink nod not competing with each other, because in any region, whether you're self-insuring or it's through your work, you're going to have about 2, maybe 3 competitors in your area, and that does not incentivize the providers to have a good price, have good premiums, have low deductibles, have great elements to their product, and it's dumb. Open it up.
You know, like, what were they doing in the 90s for healthcare? I mean, like, were there issues with healthcare back in the 90s, back in the 80s? I mean, I feel like this feels like such like this is only a major issue now than it was back when I was growing up.
Well, I'm of two minds of the thing. Like, I still believe that there should be some form of Medicaid for the elderly and people with extreme circumstances. I do believe that, because otherwise sometimes people have diseases that are multi-million-dollar things, and you're going to be dropped from your private insurance pretty quickly if you say, God forbid, Muggsy had some sort of illness that required millions of dollars of health care. Yeah, that, Blue Cross Blue Shield ain't going to cover that. So in a way, government should stay out of it, but also having that Medicaid safety net is really big. And the federal funding of states for the Medicaid program, that makes a lot of sense. But this thing that Paul Ryan was going to push through, and this is it's going to be a huge black eye in his political career, which I'm not sad about, which Wisconsin loses again, suck it. But it wasn't going to solve anything. Like, it wasn't new, it wasn't fresh, it was Obamacare light, and I'm glad it didn't go through.
I agree. I'm glad it didn't go through either. It's just, and I love how funny the left side is, and all the jokes they're doing with the, you guys had 7-8 years to come up with this plan. You guys didn't pull through. And one, I kind of agree that is kind of hilariously funny, but it's also sad because I care about the American people, and I think Obamacare is imperfect, and I want what's best for all of us, and we still don't have that, and we got to work on making us a better America.
Yeah, but Paul Ryan lost, so that's all good. What's next?
All right, our only local story news that I have for today, semi-local story, is about actor Woody Harrelson. Woody.
Kingpin, Academy Award winner for Kingpin.
I don't think that's true. From his fame from Cheers and obviously from Kingpin and
Zombieland.
And Zombieland. Great movie.
True Detective.
I have not seen that one.
I
hear season one's okay. We'll talk about that later. Two quick stories about him. Woody Harrelson has always been pro weed, and he still is. But CNN news story came out last week that he doesn't smoke anymore.
Well, do you give a reason why?
He says he's a party animal, but he hasn't. He's just
Yeah, a party animal who's a raw vegan and doesn't drink alcohol.
Yeah, he just 30 years, quoting from CNN, just 30 solid years of partying too effing hard. So he just kind of quit, He's still pro marijuana, still a strong supporter, but he just kind of quit.
Also, I forget who mentioned it. It might have been Dr. Drew or Dr. On with Joe Rogan, but the effects of marijuana, like if you're a habitual user of marijuana, the potency, it definitely takes a precipitous drop from the first time you get high to throughout. But over 25, 30 years, it loses its effect. and eventually it has no effect on you. Like a lot of people speculated that's what was going on with Brad Pitt when he was acting, all weird and led to his divorce with Angelina Jolie because he was a huge pothead throughout his life, and then once he hit that wall, it's just like, oh, what's the meaning of life anymore?
Yeah.
Which is why, Nick, you should be a pothead now because you probably only have 25 years left.
I'll take the under for that one.
Yeah.
With Woody Harrelson, another reason to bring him up is because obviously we're a Minnesota podcast, and he was just in a movie called Wilson that just came out this past weekend, getting mixed reviews. It's not like a fancy, like multi-release, like big theater release film, kind of a indie one.
Tell me, friend.
Here's a trailer right now.
Have you heard the good news?
No, I'm no.
I'm just fucking with you. Jesus doesn't give a shit.
Fox Searchlight Pictures invites you
Driving asshole.
to meet a man
Wilson.
You are such a beautiful
Judy Greer.
Dude, she needs to leave.
who wants
Judy
the world
Greer
to
is one of my
accept him.
low-key crushes.
I love Judy Greer.
years ago.
So what is in there?
So this is all shot in
Move
Minnesota?
on,
Yes.
Find somebody new. Not you necessarily.
In the worst possible way.
Working man, eh?
Looks
40
like
years from
Stuffies.
now, you're going to be on your deathbed saying, where did it all go?
How did we end up like this?
There's a lot of seats, in this train.
There she is.
Looks like your ex-wife put this girl up for adoption 17 years ago.
I'm a father! Yes!
That's life.
How could you not tell me that we had a daughter?
Excuse me, do you think I could get this with the aioli on the side as I requested? Yes.
I think you should know we have tickets to Wicked.
Hey, dickhead, shut the fuck up. Can't you see that this woman is having a profound moment?
I said that's life.
You tell me that you don't want to see your daughter.
What do you want to do, stalk her?
And as funny as it may seem.
Hey, Claire, Jenny Craig's over here.
Hey, you need to shut the fuck up, you little prick. That's my daughter. If you're wondering about the lack of family
yeah, she's kind of
resemblance,
large
she used to
and
be a
dumpy.
real hippo.
Pick myself up and get back in the race.
Yes!
That's life.
You're dragging me along for this insane Insta family?
You guys
Looks like
are
Como.
so beautiful.
I think that is Como.
Can't deny it.
My ex, she's a good woman. I just have to help her embrace her maternal nature.
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
In that case, I guess I'll take a blowjob then. I should have brought my wallet.
That was definitely a man.
That is quite a tattoo.
How's that?
It's like the ultimate argument ender. Like, no, I don't want your fucking job. I want to destroy your entire society.
Faced with the love of her life.
So, shot in Minnesota. Judging by the trailer, there's not much of a Wikipedia profile about this. I'm assuming it does take place in Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, a guy who's kind of screw up a bit of a ne'er-do-well and maybe a little bit of a drifter. Oh, by the way, Woody Harrelson looks exactly like Walter White in the last season of Breaking Bad, which was also pretty good. Finds out that he has a daughter who's kind of a gothic, like larger, Rubenesque gal, and it goes from there. Laura Dern was the wife.
Yep.
Or not the wife, but the mother.
Ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Play that. Judy Greer is in the movie. Cheryl Hines, Margot Martindale. I mean, a pretty not A-list celebrities here, but you have a good amount of people and a big deal. As I said, this is shot in Minnesota. It's hard. Not a lot of movies are shot in Minnesota anymore. There's a lot of controversy about movies being filmed here. There's high tax stuff, and
they should open things up.
I know. I definitely agree. I think Minnesota is a great state. Obviously, we all live here, and you have great cities. You have farm country. You have everything in the state. You could film all types of movies here, and some of the scenes it looks like a few look like a shot in Roseville. It looks like Como Park was kind of in there as well. So it's cool to have a storyline about a happy.
All right, here's a couple movies shot in Minnesota.
Okay.
Mr. Science Theater 3000, the movie.
Oh, okay.
The Mighty Ducks, obviously. Mallrats.
Yes, yep. Mallrats was.
Jingle All the Way.
Yep.
Jennifer's Body.
I was reading into that link because I went to that Wikipedia page too.
Yep.
The storyline takes place in Minnesota for sure. Production looked like it was mostly shot in Canada, but there might have been some northern Minnesota stuff.
Fargo?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And also the coup de grace of Minnesota, Little Big League.
It was shot, though.
Hey, oh, and also Grumpy Old Men. Duh.
Yes, Grumpy Old Men was in St. Paul. Yep, I know.
No, Wabasha.
Yeah, I know some scenes were shot in St. Paul.
Okay.
Yep.
If I was your age, I'd be mounting every woman in Wabasha. R.I.P. Burgess Meredith. All right, what's next?
All right, second last one. Fun story here. Adam Sandler is doing a 4-movie deal with Netflix.
Ugh, why? Only if one of them is the sequel to Happy Gilmore, then I'm in.
I feel bad. Sandler, obviously, for people who know him, 90s, fantastic actor, SNL, made 2 really great, 2 really top and first movies with Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. Waterboy was fine too, Little Nicky, but then you kind of, a lot of people make note that 2000s up to now he's been kind of crashing,
The Longest Yard was a good movie, but I think that was just a good premise, all-star cast, and overall a pretty good football movie.
I don't think it's anything with him. I just feel like, and then not that I consider him like a 5-star actor, but I don't think anything's changed with him. I think he still does the thing he does. I don't know if it's maybe writing or just the creative aspect of what he's been doing.
Big Daddy, 50 First Dates, Wedding Singer, all good movies.
Yeah. All fine movies, but he's been in a slump, and Netflix might be the thing that might change things around. Obviously, we've talked on the show hundreds of times about the medium has opened up for people to have shows everywhere now, and Adam Sandler's had trouble in the box office. Maybe the Netflix office is okay, even though first couple of shows that he's done, the Ridiculous Six, and
which was not a good movie. Like it's a good premise, like Magnificent Seven, except funny. Nah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, we watched it on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's struggling now, but I'm hoping things will turn around for him. I think he's a good guy, and I know his next film that's coming out in April is
Sandy Wexler.
I've seen the trailer a dozen times. It looks promising, but will it turn things around? I don't know.
Oh, so is he in the middle of this Netflix deal? Because I know the Ridiculous Six and the Do Over went straight to Netflix.
Nope, he signed up for 4 more.
Oh, he signed up for 4 more. Oh.
Yep. So he has 4 more. I think this might be one of them, the Sandy Wexler one.
Because, it's funny that Adam Sandler has made some really crappy movies as of late, except they still make money. Like, the Pixels was like an abortion. Like
I liked it.
Oh, you would. The budget was $129 million, and it box officed $244 million. So, cleared $100 million. So, as much as we laugh at his, well, that's the issue, that we don't laugh at his movies. We laugh at him continuing to make really crappy movies. They make bank, and they're still going to continue to make them because they make money.
Comedies usually aren't too expensive. Pixels is the other difference.
Oh, sweet Jesus. All right, so Jack and Jill, which might be the nut low, like the worst Adam Sandler movie. Budget $79 million and box office of $149.7.
How's it $79 million?
I don't know.
It should cost. I mean, other than crazy camera tricks to make them be 2 people.
Yeah.
It must go to Sally. He must be making something for it.
All right. So let's go through a couple of Adam Sandler's alone. Let's save the John and Kate story for next show.
Okay.
All right. So Spanglish. Did you see Spanglish?
I did not.
Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Billy Madison, good.
Yep.
Happy Gilmore, good. Bulletproof with Damon Wayans, very good.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was kind of doing that.
Disneyland.
The mid-90s. That was mid-90s, right? That was during the age of like they teamed a lot of white-black actors together, like Nothing to Lose with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence.
That was a great movie too.
Great movie, but it was all in that kind of weird genre of. Cause I think Chris Tucker was in a movie with like a white guy too in the 90s.
No, Jackie Chan's not white.
No, there was another. I think it was called Money something.
Money, Charlie Sheen. Which is also a great movie.
Okay.
We're going to have to watch all these now.
Yeah, okay.
Wedding Singer. Good.
Great. Yeah.
Waterboy. Good. Big Daddy. Good.
Yeah.
Deuce Bigelow.
Wait, he was in it?
I guess so.
That was a Rob Schneider movie. I wouldn't really call that. It was.
So it's bad because it's a Rob Schneider movie. Because he's Filipino. Little Nicky.
We're gonna have issues after the show. It was average.
I did not care for it. Mr. Deeds. Yeah.
It was a remake. Not even his. There was a Mr. Deeds back in the 50s, 60s, so it was fine.
Punch Drunk Love.
I hear good things, but I haven't seen it.
Anger Management. Yeah.
That was no.
50 First Dates. Good.
I haven't seen it.
Spanglish. Bad.
Haven't seen it.
The Longest Yard. Very good.
Haven't seen it.
Click. Shit.
I'm trying to remember what Click was.
Reign Over Me. Bad. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Worse.
Yeah, that was no.
Don't Mess with the Zohan. Average.
I haven't seen that one.
Funny People. Not funny.
No.
Nah. And too long. Although Eminem was hilarious in that movie, even though he was trying not to be funny, which is the best part. Grown Ups, meh.
It was okay.
Just Go With It was okay.
Okay.
Mainly because of Jennifer Aniston. Jack and Jill, bad.
I haven't seen it.
That's My Boy, terrible.
Haven't seen it.
Hotel Transylvania, kid movie.
It was okay. It wasn't even that good for a kids movie.
Grown Ups 2, worse.
I haven't seen that
Blended,
one.
meh.
No, I haven't seen it.
Pixels, blah.
I loved it.
You would. Ridiculous 6, meh.
I haven't seen it.
I've not seen The Do-Over or Sandy Wexler. Or, yeah,
Sandy Wexler will be out soon.
Yeah. So overall, there's a pretty clear arc. Not even arc. Pretty clear linear going downage.
Yeah, and I don't think he's changed as an actor. You know, I feel like he's been. You know, I just think maybe the jokes, maybe the writing. To me, that's still kind of funny, but
it is.
It's something.
Let's see what we have here.
Maybe if you space it out, maybe like if you give him like a couple years in between these movies, where you're like, oh yeah, I remember that's what Adam Sandler was like, and then you can go to the movie and like be somewhat pleasantly surprised and have a few laughs. But if you do it every year, like 2 a year, shit, it just gets too repetitive.
Next movie, you should pay Adam Sandler like his usual fee, except have him be the sidekick, like in Airheads.
Oh, that'd be
Airheads was a great movie. He was third banana in that movie.
If anything, even try doing a complete 180. Put him in another serious love story, kind of like A Punch Drunk Love.
Or, that'd be awesome. Have him be a villain. Like, have him be a Jewish gangster. Like, like a Jewish Scarface.
Do you ever see...
Drive, where Mel Brooks was the bad guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks.
Pretty sure Mel Brooks. Or was it Albert Brooks?
Might be Albert Brooks.
Yeah, it's one of the Brooks.
I was going to say, if anything, Law and Order SVU make him a bad guy. Law and Order SVU makes a lot of good comedians bad guys.
Robin Williams.
And one of my favorites was, what's his name from Father of the Bride? Not Steve Martin, but...
Oh, Martin Short.
Martin Short was an excellent
Yeah.
You see, you can take these characters out of their... like I love Jim Carrey when he's not in comedies. He makes a good bad guy. He makes a good, serious role. Maybe, change people's light out. Everyone change their lights on him and then make them do something else.
That's the news.
The news with Uncle Nick.
From the entire Channel 4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
What you got going on this week, Nick? Anything big?
Nothing. I'm going to see the movie Logan, I think, this week.
Logan. There's still time, Logan. There's still time. Also, still time to use our Amazon link, bullshow.co/Amazon. Easiest way to support us, because it's something you already do. Just go to bullshow.co/Amazon, redirect you right to the homepage, drag it down your bookmark bar, and just hammer the every time you buy something. And, it could be, we don't judge. We don't even see the product, so Nick can buy whatever he buys on Amazon without judgment.
Thank God.
Thank goodness. Get the show on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Check out our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook. You know the whole drill. Do the whole car wash. And if you enjoy the show, spread the word. Tell a friend. Add to the Jerome Army. Big props to producer Allie Jerome Sorensen for making me not sound so stupid today. But for Nick, I'm Andy saying Annyeong, sayonara, and bye-bye. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
for listening to Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.